Mike Triplett, NewOrleans.Football, joins us here for a couple minutes. Mike, how are you, man?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing fantastic. Do you like how they make use of this sort of bonus week now before week one?
Well, I mean, I like that it exists. It's a smart use of the calendar, going to 3 preseason games and then give him this rest. I mean, it used to be when that bye week came, sometimes late in the season, people have been going for like 16 straight weeks. So I'm sure the players love it. The Saints could probably use about 10 to 20 more practices, though.
Yeah. Oh, man. I don't think anyone's surprised necessarily that it landed on Spencer Rattler, but based on everything you saw, what's your reaction to the way that they went about and the decision they made?
Yeah, I mean, it made sense to me. It's what I would have envisioned. My biggest surprise was the reaction of so many people being like, this means it was a failure, it was a wasted draft pick. I mean, the day they drafted him, this would have been my prediction. I would think Tyler Shough coming in and looking ready to start and being so impressive that the Saints were like, no, this is our guy week one. I think that would have been the surprise or defying the odds or historic trends. Like, obviously, you want him to be better than Spencer Rattler. One is a 5th-round pick, one is a 2nd-round pick. Rattler is 0-6 in his career. You want Shough to be better. But I didn't think Shough, I just looked this up the other day, he would have been the first quarterback picked outside of the top 20 to start in week one since Deshaun Kaiser in 2017. Guys picked in the 2nd round usually don't start right away. Sometimes guys picked in the top 10 don't start right away. So that would have been an outlier for him to win the job in week one, I think.
What anything on the final 53 or the first 53, if that's it, that stood out?
I think it was the bringing in guys from other places. I mean, we knew they were going to have to do that with the offensive line because of injuries. Will Clapp goes down, Landon Young goes down. Nick Saldiveri went down earlier this offseason, even though I don't know for sure that he would have made the roster. But we knew they were going to have to do that. But, they've added 2 receivers over the last 2 weeks. They've added 2 offensive linemen over the last 2 weeks. And then a couple of their own positions, they picked younger guys over more established guys. Linebackers, Isaiah Stolbert and Jalen Ford over Nephi Sewell and DeMarco Jackson. Obviously, they traded away Colin Saunders a couple weeks ago, kept Christian Boyd, kept Rajon Wright. It for the first time kind of feels like, even though they won't admit this is a rebuild, they're treating it like one.
Yeah. He's Mike Triplett. He's on Twitter at Mike Triplett, NewOrleans.Football. Mike, any other work on the roster you think they're going to do between now and September 7th against Arizona?
Sorry, hit mute for a second. I think they might be done. I mean, there's a lot of guys that are on the practice squad now that I think we could see playing in that game. If they want Cedric Wilson as a blocker, if they want Jack Stoll in that game, if they want Nephi Sewell playing special teams, I think some of the guys that are listed as practice squad now might be moved up to the roster, but I don't think there's a ton of avenues to add guys now that first wave has passed, the waiver claims have passed, the immediate pickups. Maybe we'd see a change at punter. We haven't seen that. So this might be the group they're rolling with at this point.
If I asked you, having gone through all of the offseason, the training camp practices, and the 3 preseason games, has any of your opinion on this team changed, good or bad, from where you were, let's say, coming out of the draft when they started minicamp in the offseason?
I would say so much of it depends on health. I feel maybe a little better about their starting 22 in some areas than I did before, and I probably feel worse about their depth than I did before. So some areas where I feel better, I really think they're going to have a better run defense. I mean, how can they not have a better run defense after? I mean, I think that was kind of the secret killer of this team in recent years. We made a lot of Dennis Allen, we made a lot of Derek Carr, and we made a lot of the injuries, and those were all factors. But run defense was kind of quietly the area of the team that just completely derailed them. And I think Devon Gottschall looks awesome. I think Brandon Staley has a good plan. I think they've really fortified the interior defensive line with some new additions this year. I think they can be competitive because I think they're going to have a good run defense. I feel pretty okay about Kool-Aid, McKinstry, and Alontae Taylor if he's healthy, even though that was a concern area after they lost Marshawn Lattimore and Paulson Adebo. I don't know if I feel better or worse about the offensive line. I thought maybe after the draft it had a chance to be a strength. It feels like a little bit of a question mark right now, but I do think Kelvin Banks was a good pick. The receiving core feels good when it's fully intact. Like I think they can be a competitive team if their starting 22 is on the field. But they're an injury away at every single position group from things imploding.
That is one other thing that I was going to ask about are the injuries. Do you feel any concern on Penning, Taylor, which I guess really are the two key injuries we're watching right now?
Yeah, I mean, those are two guys that could have used a full training camp, especially Penning switching positions, but also Taylor having a new and really important role in this Brandon Staley defense. From all indications, week one is a possibility. It'll be soon after, if not week one. We had already heard that, and obviously the fact that they didn't put them on IR supports that. So I don't think they'll miss a ton of time. But you'd like to see both of those guys hitting the ground running at 100% because they're counting on both those guys in a big way, especially Taylor. I mean, Taylor needs to be a borderline star or, one of the 3 or 4 best players on this entire defense.
What about Taysom Hill and Foster Moreau, two guys we probably haven't talked to? Do you have an update on those guys, by the way?
I would have thought we would have seen them practicing by now. I guess it makes sense to use this. All right, the PUP list gives you more time. If you'd brought them back for practice with 2 weeks left in August, they weren't going to play early anyway. But obviously we're looking at what, like they return to practice in week 5. They're take them forever to ramp up to speed after they missed all of OTAs and all of training camp. It's really going to be hard to count on much of anything from either guy. Mid-season replacements and smaller roles, I would think. But they've been around the entire time. They're on their feet. They're out on the practice field, sometimes working off to the side with trainers. So I do expect them both to play this year.
He's Mike Triplett, NewOrleans.Football. Next week when we speak, we'll be in a pregame mode with the Saints and the Cardinals. Mike, that feels like one that's gettable against Arizona. And they might want to get it because for the rest of September, there's not many that feel gettable. I don't know if you agree with that.
No, I mean, we were just talking about that. I mean, the NFL is a weird league. Even the Saints last year when they were down to like 3 actual NFL players healthy on their team, they almost beat the Commanders and the Buccaneers in December.
Right.
There's a few matchups I just don't think they could possibly win. If they were going to Baltimore or something like that, or going to Kansas City. But yeah, absolutely. If things fall their way, if they have a smart game plan, week 1 is a good time to speak up and get somebody with some surprises. I think they got smart offensive and defensive coaches right now when it comes to game planning. Sure, you can talk yourself into that. I mean, I think the Cardinals are 6.5-point favorites. I would not I would not bet the Cardinals and hope they win this game by a touchdown, but I'm not going to pick the Saints to win this game.
I'm sorry. Did you say the Cardinals? I haven't looked at the line. The Cardinals are a 6.
I haven't looked at every book. I saw somebody lay out all the odds on Twitter and had Cardinals at 6.5.
Oh my God! I'm looking at it right now, Mike. Mike, it is rare to see a touchdown spread in the NFL, let alone a road team as a touchdown favorite.
Keep looking because it's 7 in week 2, 7 in week 3, and like 14 in week 4.
Oh my God, this is going to be such a long year. But let's see those young guys.
You know what's funny, though?
Yeah.
I mean, look, I am not going to try to sell anyone on the Saints. It is going to be a long year. I'm glad they're embracing a long year. Go ahead and don't try to make moves to get to 7 wins. Like, look at the young players, evaluate it. But the overall just dismissal of the Saints. I mean, I even see it in fantasy rankings. I mean, like Alvin Kamara is behind Chuba Hubbard. Chris Olave is like 38th among receivers. Like it is pretty amazing to me how everyone is just like, oh, that team stinks, and they're just completely dismissed. I think they can exceed some of those expectations.
Mike, they're a touchdown favorite at home or underdog at home against Arizona.
Crazy.
That is
Crazy.
That is jarring to see that number. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll preview a game where LSU's got LSU on the brain. Where the New Orleans Saints
we
are.
got LSU versus New Orleans. Week 1.
That one, I'm quite confident the New Orleans Saints would. I'm quite confident an NFL team. Yeah. The worst NFL team would blow the doors off the best college team ever. That's that.
Is the next Saints quarterback playing in the other Death Valley?
You tell me. Well, there's only one. There's only one, but you tell me.
There's 2, right?
No, Mike. That's kind of like, you know what? This will make sense.
No, I meant there's 2 quarterback candidates. I forgot about the sacrilege I was speaking.
Yes. No, it's okay. I say that the analogy I always give to people who talk about Clemson Death Valley, it's that's like Mobile claiming Mardi Gras. Like I don't care if you were first. Everyone knows New Orleans is Mardi Gras. That's just not even a conversation except for the people of Mobile who want to say it. It's the same thing with Death Valley and Clemson. Same thing. All right, Mike Triplett, NewOrleans.Football. Thank you. Looking forward to doing it Thursdays throughout the season, man.
All right, thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks so much for watching. Please leave your comments. I love to interact, and be sure to hit the red subscribe button below.